This is a video about motion tracking. This should be a quick start guide and show you how the whole thing kind of works in an overview, and I will go back into other videos later and kind of show more advanced details and settings. So in theory, this particular video could get you started on your project right away, depending on your idea. If you have a more complex idea or things aren't working, you can look at the other videos and kind of suss that out. But this should be a quick start guide. Um, the assets here we're working with are from exercise files, which are linked to on the page that this demo is on in Canvas. It's assets from a Israeli startup and lifestyle brand called Mekomi, and I'm using them because they are publicly available, and this is going to make this demo go a lot quicker. So let's get started. So the idea of motion tracking is you're basically using the movement of one layer or one element to affect the movement of another layer or element. And so let's just walk through the process. So if I go through and start, well, the first thing is you need to open up the tracker panel. There is a more complex panel, but this is the quick start guide. So here is the tracker. Make sure you have that open up. Now with this open, go ahead now and select your Street 1 movie. This, by the way, is shot 101. So I have this in the comps folder. Sorry, I think I jumped over that. So, select the Street 1 movie, and then make sure you have the tracker panel open. And the first thing we're going to do is go to track motion. So when you press track motion, it opens up in your composition panel a detail of the layer, and it shows this thing called a track point. And the track point is the actual point that does the tracking, meaning it basically is the point, it follows that point. And you want to move it around, and we're going to ultimately want to move it around to this top left-hand corner. Don't put it on this back area right here, this window, because I want to track something onto the sign, not to the building. So I'm going to make sure it's on the corner, and it's important that it be on a corner, not like in a big negative space, because essentially After Effects is looking at the movement of the pixels from frame to frame, and if it's in a big empty space like this, it's not really going to see the movement very well. So I'm going to put it here in the corner. We'll get to it in a bit, but this inner frame is kind of the feature region, and so that's where it does the majority of the analyzing, and the outside is the search area. So depending on what where the camera footage is moving, you can reposition the search area to have a greater or faster searching capacity. Okay, so I have the track point, and I've set it right here in the top right corner. Now let's go back over to the tracker panel. So the motion source, i.e. where we are getting the motion from, is the Street 1 movie. So set that. The current tracker is tracker 1. Now we can add multiple trackers, and we'll get to that in another video. So the current tracker is tracker 1. The track type is transform. There are other ways. Parallel corner pin is good with 2-point perspective, and perspective corner pin is good with 3-point perspective. We are not going to get to that. We're just going to select transform. You can also add other kinds of transformations to this tracking: position, rotation, and scale. We're just going to pick position right now. And then now we have, I just did this, so it's already set. The motion target here is set to sticker, because this particular, this sticker right here is what I am wanting to attach to the back of this sign. So if it's not set to sticker for you, go here to Edit Target and select the sticker layer. Actually, I don't want to select, sorry, I'm going to do the AAA layer. The AAA layer is the as that little gray icon. So stick to the AAA layer. Okay. So we have AAA layer, which is this gray little thing. Okay, and now we'll get into options later. Now that we have selected the target, we need to analyze this footage. And so what we do here is what this is if you see me moving this back, every time the camera shifts, so there's movement shifting, this is registering a keyframe. And you can see these are all little keyframe positions. And so basically this is analyzing each bit of the video frame by frame. Now, yes, I'm doing this manually and that's kind of dull, but I need you to know that if your current time indicator is kind of in the middle, what you generally tend to want to do is just press this arrow, which goes all the way to the end. But if your current time indicator is in the middle, it's only going to go from there to the beginning. So you want to make sure that you also analyze backwards, depending on where your current time indicator was, but you want to make sure you analyze the whole thing. And then from there, you simply press apply. It's going to ask you to apply dimensions X and Y. You can do just horizontal or vertical. I'm going to say, okay, I want them both. And so let me go back to the composition here. My sticker is turned off. I'm going to turn it on. And if I press play, you can see that sticker is attached to the sign. It's not really attached to the sign where I want it. So what I can do is I can open up the sticker, go to the transformation. Notice that the position here is what is adapting all the keyframes. So you don't really want to change the position of this AAA PDF to stick on there. You want to change the anchor point. So I can change the anchor point here until it fits about on there. And if I press play, I now have a kind of camera tracked or motion tracked kind of AR effect. I could totally see this is like kind of a street art sort of gesture. I could see that in the future when people are wearing augmented reality glasses, a graffiti artist could have an app in which their tag or their brand or their graffiti is kind of all around the city. And I think that would be kind of cool, and I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. So anyway, this could be a way to model that idea. All right.